Morning students, I am Dr. Madhuri Chatterjee from BBT Government Chimanpura, and we had started with this very important topic called CV or biodata or resume or curricula vitae. So I'm going ahead with that. In the previous lecture I had explained the things you would be requiring. Now I have pointed out and I've listed a couple of important tips which you require for your CV. First, there are actually 8 useful tips. First, before you start getting ready to list your qualification and work experience, you have to keep in mind the certain things. First, keep it short. Now that's very important. Brevity is the soul of wit, and brevity is something very important. Don't make it very elaborate, don't make it very long. Keep it short but not too short. Okay, your CV should be 1 to 2 sides of A4 paper. If you find you are getting too much information, summarize and select the most relevant points. If it is shorter than a page, uh, consider including more information about your skills and the responsibilities you had in your previous roles. So sort it down, sort out your skills and make it small. That's the rule number 1. Keep it short. Second one is the use of active verbs. Since I have already done verbs and all with you, remember to use an active voice and not a passive voice. When you describe what you have achieved in the previous jobs or in your previous education qualification, use active verbs for strong positive effect on the reader. For example, to make a change from was responsible, use words like I led or I managed a team or I created a project or I developed a product or I helped with a positive atmosphere, I delivered my results and provided support and provided training. So please use active verbs. That's rule number 2. The third rule is fill in the gaps. Avoid leaving gaps in your employment history. If you are traveling the world or maternity leave or looking after small children, include that in your CV. If you have taken any kind of a break, if you have taken any kind of a gap in your education, maybe for certain tragic reasons or some good reasons or whatever, you had not been able to complete the year, please fill in the gaps. Make sure it's up to date. Always ensure your CV is up to date. Include your more recent experience at the top of each section. Next thing, which is again important, is always ensure your CV is up to date. So you have to keep updating it again and again. It's not that once you have made a CV, so it lasts for 5 years and you have the same records from the last 5 years. So include your most recent experience at the top of each section. So keep adding on to your CV. Whatever you have done, whatever you have achieved, so year is a very big time. Whatever you have done in the course of the year, keep including into your CV, putting that into your CV. Next, a very important point is don't exaggerate or lie. Don't elaborately, don't exaggerate things. Don't make it look very, big sounding or something. Your potential employer can easily check information about where you have studied and worked. Don't be tempted to lie or exaggerate about your expertise, because sooner or later this will be discovered and may result in you losing the job. So don't lie about, you can lie once, but lie has got no, lie cannot last for long. It's truth which is ultimate thing. So make it a habit to speak the truth and make it a point to always uh, say things which are right and accurate. Next one is spend time on the layout. Make sure your CV is clear and easy to read. So that's again very important. Don't make it, you know, don't make it flowery. Don't make it very, untidy. But it should be very clear and easy to read. Use bullet points. That is no kitsch pitch. So you have to put bullet points and put your do a appropriate spacing. Keep your sentences short. Keep your sentences short. Don't make them long. Line up your list neatly and use a professional looking font. Uh, Line up your list neatly. That's important. And use a professional looking font. That is, Times Roman is the most important font which is usually taken up. So choose the right font. Don't make don't write the CV in italics or in, you know, big elaborate letters. So it has to be a particular type in which the entire format should come. The next one is check for mistakes. Mistakes or a CV create a bad impression. Use spell check, reread your CV and ask someone else to check it for you before you send it. So you have to go over it again and thoroughly before you send your CV. Include a cover letter. When you send your CV to apply for a job, you should send it with a cover letter or email to introduce our application. Okay. So the cover letter is very important. You always have a cover letter before the main CV. You should have your personal interest in the role, highlight the skills and experience you bring, and encourage the employer to read the attached CV. That's again very important. You have to ask the employer to read the CV thoroughly, and if you're satisfied, only then you would be asked for the job. The next one would be work experience. List and date the jobs you have had and the companies you have worked for. For starting, of course, now initially you're all freshers, you are just in first year, you're not able to visualize things, but the fact is that when you enter a job, you might be switching jobs, you might be going into different jobs, but whatever months or whatever number of years you have been in the job, you are supposed to mention that, and what you have acquired in the course of the job. It's usually enough to cover the last 10 years of your work history. Include your job title, your responsibilities and achievements in the job. If you have a lot of work experience, give the job titles, but be selective about the responsibilities and achievement you highlight. Reduce the details about jobs that are less relevant to the role you are applying for, and draw attention to the most important experience you bring. That is again very important. You have to coordinate the things in a way that the company should be knowing what actually they have asked for, and you should be putting in the things which you yourself have. So writing a good CV takes a lot of hard work, but these tips and your effort will help you the best possible start in your job search. So good luck to you, and start making your CV. I would be introducing some more CVs to you so that it would help you. Thank you so much for now.